Hey there, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies here, and I'm here with my whiteboard to do a video about something I call big circle, little circles. Looks like this. Okay, so let me explain it, and I'll come back to that image. One of the big places I see people get stuck in niching all the damn time is the inability to distinguish between what I call the big circle and the little circle. Other lingo for the big circle would be your ideal client, your client avatar, chosen customer, perfect client, perfect customer, that type of thing. When I say little circle, we're talking about target market, very specific. And these are two different beasts. Big circle is just your answer to the question, generally, who do I want to work with? You know, big picture, generally, who? Little circles are very specific target markets, meaning a particular group of people with a particular problem. So let me break this down. For me, big circle would be hippie entrepreneurs, conscious entrepreneurs. So that's helpful for me, but this is not that useful in marketing to talk about conscious and hippie entrepreneurs. It's vaguely understood, but nobody sees that written in a headline that says, oh my God, that's me. Thank God there's finally an ad speaking to me. Little circles could be, there's a couple of ways I could do it. I could say holistic practitioners, life coaches, permaculture people, but I could also say people for whom marketing feels really gross, but they need to do it. I could say people who are struggling with their niche, and they know they've been in all the programs. They say, figure out your niche, and they say, okay, I'm right on it, and then they can't do it, and they don't know why it's so hard. Third might be they've got their niche figured out, but how do I get discovered? How do I get my name out there? How do I actually get clients? So those would be little circles. Here's another example. My mom and her husband have a tree farm called Sherwood's Forests. So the big circle would just be people who want to buy trees. It's really that simple. That's the main filter, the main criteria. People who want to buy trees. Little circle might be acreage owners, reclamation companies, as two. But other ones they tried that didn't work as well, garden supply stores, landscape designers, etc. So you start to think about what's big circle and what's little circle. And here's the question is, if it's true for all of your clients, it's a big circle issue. So if you say, well, I really want my clients to be on time. Okay, well, is that only true for this one? Only true for this one? Okay, that's a big circle thing. I want my clients to have already tried yoga and been practicing yoga for 2 years. Okay, is that true for this one? Yes. This one? No. This one? No. Okay, then that's a little circle issue. So for me, with conscious entrepreneurs, well, do they have to have their niche figured out? Well, for this one, the ones who are looking to get discovered, yeah, they've already got their niche figured out. It's kind of built in. Yeah, they need to have it there. What about here, where marketing doesn't feel good? No, they don't need to have their niche figured out. What about here, trying to figure out their niche? Obviously, they don't need to have their niche figured out there. So it's really only one of them. Okay, so that's a little circle issue. For me, they're doing something that is making the world a better place in some way, that's bringing some kind of healing, sanity, wholeness to the world. Is that only true for this one? No, well, it's true for this one, yep, this one, yep, yeah, it's true for all three of them? Okay, then it's a big circle thing. So that's the question to ask. Is this thing I'm imagining for my clients true for just one particular target market, or is everybody? Okay, I keep putting this down. So let's say I said, you said I want to work with women. I said, okay, is it true for this one? Yeah. This one? Yeah. This one? No. Okay, that's not a big circle thing. But if every little circle, women who've gone through a divorce, women who are struggling with their health, women who want to make more money, I don't know. Oh, that's all women. Okay, that's a big circle thing. So this is extremely important because writing your homepage might be more speaking to the big circle generally. Yeah. And if you have an about you page on your client where it's not talking about yourself as the entrepreneur, but them as the customer, that's probably going to be mostly speaking to the big circle, but it'll also probably name the little circles. I'll put a link to a blog post of some home pages. I think some of them have actually changed since it went up, but I like the version they had up, which is marketingforhippies.com/sales letter, I believe. But I'll put the link below. You can see that how the little circles might show up on a home page, or somewhere else on the site. The big circle is useful for your own clarity, for a general sense of who you want to work with, for filtering when you're going to work with people or not, for them to filter themselves out just by having your website speak to those people. Hey, are you politically, I don't know, left wing? Are you do you value community? Do you shop at the farmers market? Do you love to support local restaurants, buy it from local crafters? Da, 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 da. Somebody might read that and say, God, that's not me. I'm not interested in this at all. Somebody else might read and say, oh my God, that's me. So having this clarity, there's also, it's very helpful. There's a client of mine, showgirlawakening.com, and her homepage is so lucid. Her whole website is very lucid in terms of this big circle, in terms of, hey, here's who I am and here's what I'm into. And if you're into those things as well, then we might be a good fit. I think she does a great job of articulating it. So that's the big circle. Little circles is when you get into the very particular subset of the big circle, and that's where you start to figure out your hubs primarily. That's where you start to think, because if I said, well, what are the hubs? Where do I find hippie entrepreneurs? It's impossible. I don't know. Where do I find holistic practitioners? Easy. Or where do I find people struggling with their niche? Pretty easy. Where do I find permaculture people? Easy. Where do I find people who have a really clear niche but struggling to get out there? There's probably places. There's other people who teach people. That's their whole thing, is helping you figure out your message and your niche, but they don't do the rest of the marketing stuff, and I could partner with them. You see what I'm saying? So your little circles are the thing that are going to allow you to actually figure out your hubs, and also write sales letters that are very focused and compelling, because then that's where the packages come out of too. You don't create a package for the big circle. I don't create a package for holistic entrepreneurs, conscious entrepreneurs, because it's not going to have a lot of grit to it. But when I created nichingspiral.com, it's specifically for entrepreneurs who are struggling with their niche. It's a very particular issue. It's a very particular moment they're in. It took me years to realize it, but I realized my Marketing 101 workshop is for entrepreneurs for whom marketing just feels gross. They're probably any of those little circles. So it is a bit broader, and marketing feels terrible. But that's the issue, if you hear what I'm saying. That's the specific thing. So once I realized that, okay, well, the whole day is about this. So that's what the sales letter is about. It's about how marketing can feel good. The niching spiral, that's all about how you can figure out your niche and why it is so difficult. And then the hub marketing work, that's for those people who already have their niche and point of view figured out, but how do I get discovered? Is there anything else I want to say about this? It's a big deal. Part of what is so useful about this, here's an exercise. Because people often say to me, well, I don't know who my niche is. Well, you know more than you think. So you take a pen and paper, you just set a timer for 20 minutes and write. Don't stop writing. Just keep writing everything that you do know about your niche, everything you already are clear about. And once you're done, and if you're still going after 20 minutes, keep going. Fill as many pages as you can. But then the secret is you go back through that whole list and you only circle the things that are true for everyone you want to work with. Every single client this needs to be true for. There you go. That's the beginning. That's the seed of your big circle. And the things that aren't true of everyone, well, those will be the seeds of little circles, and you may start to combine them. Yeah, figure out how they go together. Realize this. Those things are all saying the same thing. So that's really for clients who are struggling with this issue or wanting this result. So I hope that's useful. Please feel free to ask any questions that you have about this. This makes a lot of sense for me because I've been thinking about it for a long time, but it may not make sense for you, understandably. So that's all. Thank you very much.